And you have to be out of your mind if you don't believe that everything going on outside of this planet, in space with the planets, is not having an effect on us.
There it is. Ooh, we are. Okay, so happy winter solstice, everybody. Happy great conjunction as well. I know a little bit about this, and Charlotte, I know, who is here with us today. Charlotte has been doing quite a lot of research about the winter solstice and the great conjunction. Is that right?
Yes. I mean, research, and also just with what I've been doing spiritually over the last, I suppose, almost a year, I suppose, but
amazing.
Just realizing how much everything is linked, and so ask away, I suppose.
Okay, fabulous. Thank you. So to give you guys a bit of background, by the way, Charlotte and I are great friends. We're also business partners. We both work with Herbalife Nutrition together, and we're also absolute spiritual cheerleaders for each other. We'll always be the friend. How many of you have that friend where it's like maybe that one of the few people in your life who gets your weirdness and who gets your spirituality stuff that you talk about, and we'll send each other voice notes about our chakras and all that kind of juicy stuff. So that's who Charlotte is to me, and she's such an incredible person. So it's a perfect person to be joining us. So okay, right. So I'm pretty ignorant with all of this, so I think I'm the perfect person to be interviewing you. So first of all, just to summarize, and correct me if I'm wrong, so the winter solstice is arguably the shortest day of the year. I've heard that there are other days that are actually the shortest, but it's pretty much like the point where everything turns around again and the days will start getting longer from now on. And like, it's a huge pagan celebration, right? Christmas sort of was bumped into the time when we traditionally celebrated the winter solstice. And then this great conjunction I've heard is Jupiter and Saturn.
Jupiter and Saturn are
aligning
0.1 degree in alignment, and they're going to pass. So like, the closest they've ever been at night for nearly 800 years.
Wow.
Right.
I saw that like the last time that anyone really could have seen anything similar would have been 1200 and something. Right.
And then the closest, where did I read? I think closest, they're passing this close in the sky for the first time in 400 years.
So what does it mean to us on Earth, apart from it being like, oh wow, how cool, that they look like they're close together and something right in the sky. That's from an astronomical point of view, that it's like this scientific phenomenon. But from an astrological perspective, what does it mean? Does it mean that we have some kind of superpowers today? What should we be doing today? What's your take on it?
So I feel like when someone says that this is going to happen, I feel like some people who don't know, or it's the first time that they're being introduced to this sort of thing, they feel like they're going to go to bed tonight and tomorrow everything's going to be like magically changed or something. But it's not exactly like that. However, if you're into astrology and your star signs and into this sort of things, you might know something about your Saturn return. And your Saturn return is basically a period of 3 years where it's basically like a coming of age, right? This particular Saturn return, oh my gosh, I was like, of course, earlier. So this is in Aquarius, right? The fact that the great conjunction, so we're now moving into the sign of Aquarius, and my Saturn return is in Aquarius. My Saturn is in Aquarius, so that means that these next 3 years are basically like the coming of age for me. And you go through this period between I say like 27 and 30, right? And we've just come out of Capricorn, I do believe. And we're going into Aquarius.
So this whole Capricorn to Aquarius thing, it's not actually the same as like January birthday as Capricorn, because I'm February birthday and I'm Aquarius.
Yeah, no. It's something so your birth chart. So for example, so my sun, I'm a Taurus with a rising moon of Cancer and my moon is in Cancer and my rising sign is a Leo, right?
Okay.
Which is quite crazy because each of these that's quite a balanced earth, I was about to say earth, wind and fire then. Oh my God.
Earth, wind and fire.
Earth, fire and air. No, earth, fire and water. And so then you've got your sun, your moon and your rising sign, but then you've also got where the planets were when you were born, right? So I just got up for example, so the moon was in Cancer when I was born, the sun was in Taurus, the like Mercury was in Aries, all these different things, but Saturn was in Aquarius. And Saturn, the point, I think right. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong here, because I'm not so hot on it. However, where Saturn is right now, the cycle that Saturn is about to go on, this cycle is in Aquarius. Right. And this will last for 3 years. So if your Saturn is in Aquarius, then you're coming into your Saturn return.
Amazing.
Which means it's like you're coming of age. So I mean, not a bumpy ride, but I suppose a roller coaster of growth. And I was just researching earlier what a Saturn return in Aquarius means. And it's to do with serving people, helping to make the world a better place, being a bit of a humanitarian, like being creative at the same time. And I was just looking at it like what is going on right now, considering what we do for business, and considering that up until like I suppose the last year or so, my need to help people was more of a burden to me than it was a help to anyone, because I was pouring way too much of myself into other people. So now it's all just coming together, and then you research these things and then realize that the stuff it all just aligns. It all just aligns like crazy.
Okay, so it sounds like, given your sort of birthday and age, it's a particularly significant Saturn return for you. But for like all of humanity, I've heard a couple of things. Let me know if you've heard them. Let me know if you think they're correct or incorrect. One thing I've heard is that, first thing that I thought was really cool is that apparently our ancestors thousands of years ago looked at this date, the 21st of December 2020, as a very significant date, and so they've like known that this is coming. And the song in the musical Hair, this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, age of Aquarius. That one. That's today, right? Today is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Is that right?
So wait, today is what?
The dawning of the age of Aquarius?
Yeah. So and for the whole year, obviously the world has been going through a shitload of changes anyway, but it's no coincidence that all of the pandemic and all of this is going on. People are calling it the Great Awakening because so many people on the earth right now are just having crazy awakening experiences, people who would never have had them before. But it's no mistake, because these people are starting to then pass on the message to other people and raise the consciousness of the planet. But the energy right now, so it's almost we're like leveling up a level of consciousness, the whole planet. It's a portal, right? But it's like shoving so much energy into like the head of a needle. It's all part of the Great Awakening, the new Age of Aquarius. It's all a level up. So all of the stuff that's happened over the past 3 years, I'm going to say, has been very, just the structure in everything is going to change over the next few years.
Yeah.
This is what I've read, and this is what's happening already, Luce. We've seen it. So
Yeah.
it's only going to get more like this. If that makes
It's
sense.
very interesting. It's very interesting. Like you and I, and this is for everyone who's tuned in here. One of the things that Charlotte and I do as part of our business is we teach other people how to build business online with the same nutrition company that we have built business with online. And this year, the level of interest, the level of open-mindedness, the level of people who are seeking that has been astronomically more than any other year that we have been offering this service. Obviously, all events combined, lockdowns combined, people losing their jobs, people realizing that it would be more secure to have multiple streams of income coming in. So it's like all of these kind of logical reasons that people are thinking of. But it's interesting to hear now that these sort of like these circumstances that felt out of our control, that are leading us to make these logical decisions, could actually be the result of huge energetic shifts and things that are changing astrologically. Very interesting how it's all connected.
It's basically releasing subconsciously or consciously of a shitload of old habits that we've had, a shitload of patterns that we've been in, and not just personally, but as a society, as a community. These things are going to start to break down. The norms are going to change. They already have been changing this year, like you just said. So
yeah.
So
in terms of what people could do or should do today, tonight, I mean, one thing people could do is, if the sky is clear enough, it's very cloudy here, but if the sky is clear enough to go out and look at the lovely stars aligning, the planets aligning. So that's something that they could do. Whatever kind of ceremonial thing you want to do, whether it's lighting some candles, whether it's like saying some prayers, whether it's meditating, whether it's just all coming together in one moment, as many people as possible across the planet, to sort of, focus our energy and attention in a positive direction and mindfully come together. That was something that was advised. But what are you going to do as part of your winter solstice and great conjunction rituals tonight? You're going to be having a big Saturn Jupiter party.
It's been such a crazy week. So much with craziness with work, and so much craziness with training that we've been having. And it all feels like a mess, but it's all almost like it's meant to be messy at the moment, right? I don't know how to explain it any better than that, but you guys just really setting intentions, even if it's just for the next few days, let alone the next few years, but really setting intentions for what it is you actually want out of your life and writing them down. There's something about writing things down that makes it, I think it's actually proven that if you write something down, you take it in a lot better. And one way that we are finding really fun this year is to write a letter to yourself, addressed to yourself a year from now, as if you've already achieved all of the stuff that you're going to achieve in the year. And then writing on the front of it, do not open until, I don't know what the date is today, the 21st of December 2021. I do know what you can tell I'm tired, right? And then letting it go, detaching from the situation. But just know, just honestly, guys, once you set something down and you ask the universe for it. I saw Lucie's nail varnish video yesterday about her just asking the universe for her
every time
where her nail, just as soon as you've set the intention, know within yourself that it's going to happen. It doesn't matter how it's going to happen, but it is going to happen. And know that just trust. That's all. And trust that you are already abundant. You're here, if you're here watching, you're already abundant enough to have a telephone in your hand, to even have Instagram in the first place. So everything else will all fall into place. And sometimes it's going to feel like a hell of a mess. A hell of a mess, but it's always setting you up for something better.
Yeah, amazing. So, well said, well said. I think there's definitely been a lot of chaos, not just this year, but I'm feeling it this week, this run up to Christmas here in London. We've just been given basically the government declaration that Christmas is cancelled. Can't spend Christmas with your loved ones. So it's been a lot to, you know, process and handle, hasn't it? And you know, I'm sure all over the world different things are happening. So it for me, it felt like quite a gift actually to hear that we're, you know, on today is so significant on a level that's like so much bigger than just, you know, it helped me to put into perspective everything that's been going on this year, to think, whoa, today is so significant that our ancestors 2000 years ago put it in their diaries that they thought it was a significant event. It almost helped. I mean, I know it's been a year with a lot, but it almost helped to kind of be able to zoom out of what's been going on, the things that might be stressing us out on our to-do lists. It actually makes them look very, very minuscule when you compare it to the hugeness of what we're experiencing.
For sure, right? I said, I was laughing today. I was saying sometimes you have to stop and think. I think I saw a post or something on Facebook the other day, and think for a second, hold on a minute, the stuff going on the planet is tiny when you think we are just a bunch of ants on a rock in the middle of nowhere, floating, right?
That's a way to humble yourself, isn't it?
And you have to be out of your mind if you don't believe that everything going on outside of this planet, in space with the planets, is not having an effect on us, right? Everything is built up of energy, and even the stuff going on outside in space is energetic. Everything is on an energetic level. This is how we manifest. This is where law of attraction comes into play, right? And and on a very simple level, the moon makes the waves, right? So you cannot dispute that it's going to have an effect on us. So yeah, lots going on. Whether you know it or you don't, right?
Very well said. Yeah, I mean, the fact that that our eyes are only able to see about 1% of what's around us, that in itself is just all the proof I need to humbly say that I have no flipping idea about most of it, and that if I can get little glimpses of an idea of, you know, how powerful everything else is around us and in the whole universe, then, you know, I bow down. I think what you said, Char, was brilliant about there's no better time than now, really, to set your intentions in motion. There's a lot of powerful things coming into alignment, so we may as well let it be a reminder to us to decide and visualize what we want, not just for ourselves, but, you know, to selflessly also focus on what we would love for the whole world, for people who we've never even met before on this planet. There might even be people right now who are going, what a load of rubbish, you know? And wouldn't it be great to be able to actually pray for everybody, no matter whether they're open or closed to it, for everyone's greater good, to be able to set some positivity and love into everyone's life? I think that would be quite needed right now.
I think as well, the biggest thing to remember, or the biggest thing to come out of this year, is that everything you think you need externally, you have already within you. And all of this, once you sit down and sit with yourself, all of this will come to you. You won't even have to search for it. All of this knowledge, some things, and everybody has this within them, right? Everybody has the power to manifest. Everybody has the power to tune into energies. Everybody has that power within them. You just have to sit down and take the time. So everything that you think you need from the external world, you have already within you. So once you start to activate this, it will just shine, and it will just shine on the outside, right? So
amazing. Well said.
yeah, spread love, guys. That's it. Love over everything. You don't, that's I love this saying anyway, but love over everything. Even like in any situation, there is a way to find light and love, and even in the worst of situations, there's a way to can you hear my voice? This is what I mean by my throat being blocked this week. Weird. But yeah, even in the darkest of times, there is always a way. And that might annoy some people, but that is purely because they can't find the light in that situation. So yeah, just love over everything. That's literally it. Once you do that, then everything else just seems to fall into place, I feel like.
Beautiful. Great message to end on there. Okay, well, thank you so much for jumping on, Char, and sharing some light with us all. And you definitely taught me a few things. I'm going to be lighting a couple of candles, writing down my intentions for 2021. Awesome.
Yes.
Thanks again,
Love
Char.
you. Love everyone. See you later.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye.